Welcome back to Love and Junk. I'm Laura.
I'm John.
And today we are telling you all about our favorite holiday movies / shows.
Right.
So, do you want to start us off? Well, I guess we can talk a little bit first.
Yeah.
We have not had time to watch hardly anything.
No.
Not a Hallmark movie, I think we've watched one or two things. We need to get on it. I mean, I know that you can get to that stuff anytime, but it's different when you don't watch it at Christmas.
Right. And the biggest problem right now with watching all these wonderful Christmas shows is that we got to get through Friends. They're taking it off Netflix.
Right, so we are binging the crap out of Friends right now. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Anyways.
I watched Friends like it was my religion back in the day, but John hit or miss.
Yeah.
So now he's kind of hooked on it and we're going back through watching it. That's our life right now.
It sure is.
So anyways, we still need to fit in some holiday shows, but let us know as we go along which ones you agree with and like and other ones that maybe didn't make our list.
Right.
So we're not going to do a top 10 or here's our favorite. We're doing this a little bit different. First up is the Grinch.
Yeah, we're kind of doing these categorically.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, so we have a Grinch category.
Right. The Grinch is one of our favorite stories. Oh, one of my favorite Christmas memories is my youngest loves the Grinch. Still loves the Grinch. And one year he got one of those microphones that plugs into the TV. And he had memorized the Grinch book / movie. I think the book actually, I think the movie actually says word for word the book.
The classic one, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So he had the little microphone and he would start saying start telling us all the Grinch. And then my dad or his brother or somebody would talk and it would interrupt him and he'd have to start all the way back. He could only say it from the very beginning. So it's like, nobody breathe, nobody move. Because it was forever we did that. But anyway, I grew up loving the Grinch. So did you. It's still one of your favorites.
Yeah, I actually love the new movie. I think right now that is my favorite, even over the classic Grinch.
We went to go see it. I don't know if it was opening night, but definitely opening weekend, maybe when it was new.
So.
Really cute.
Yeah.
We liked it.
Yeah, I thought it was good. It was funny. Mm-hmm. It was just a little bit different take of the story.
Yeah.
It was like modernized a little bit.
Yeah, and animation's amazing now, isn't it? Like how things look, and so new animation lends itself very well to like Whoville.
Right.
Right? Because all the bendy buildings and all that stuff, I just love that about.
Yeah, the animation was
stuff.
great. The jokes were hilarious and
There's some adult stuff in there, kind of hidden, but kids still love it. So anyways, that's our number one. Of the Grinches, the new one is our favorite.
Yep.
Number 2 would be classic
Grinch.
The old, what we grew up on, the animated stay home or miss it for an entire year Grinch.
Yeah. And then lastly in our Grinch roundup would be the Jim Carrey Grinch movie.
Yep. So, nothing wrong with that, but if I'm going to sit down and watch the story of the Grinch, I would pick one of the other two.
Yeah. And what did you call it in your household?
The Hairy Grinch. I didn't call it. That's what the one I was talking about. How he determined between because the new one wasn't out then, but between the Jim Carrey Grinch or the cartoon Grinch was the Hairy Grinch or the Grinch or the Hairy Grinch.
All right.
So now this is going to be our favorite holiday specials. So these are hearkening back to when we were kids. What were our favorite little holiday specials? Those little half-hour things.
And these aren't necessarily in our favorite order or anything. This is just like our top favorite of all the holiday specials that we're aware of.
And there's a ton of them. But
yeah, there are a ton of them.
So obviously the Grinch.
Right, obviously the Grinch. I always loved Rudolph and Frosty. Those like stop motion or claymation shows. And they're classics and they're still popular today.
Which one do you like better, Rudolph or Frosty?
I think Rudolph. I always wanted to catch Rudolph. If I could get Frosty too, that'd be great. But when I was a kid, I was like, I'm gonna see Rudolph.
Rudolph always gave me the feels when I was a little girl. I was like, little tree hugger girl. Still kind of am that way. But I did not like the whole them being mean to Rudolph. That bothered me every time I would watch it.
I never understood it. I was like, so his nose glowed.
Yeah, you'd think that would make him popular, right?
Yeah.
Anyways.
And
then along with the stop motion, there's Santa Claus is coming to town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love that one.
Yeah.
You had like redhead Santa.
Yeah. And then The Year Without a Santa Claus. And I love that. It's such a different story, right? Where Santa's sick and he doesn't know, let's just cancel Christmas. And you never stop to think about, what if Santa really was sick? What would happen?
And that's one that I don't remember seeing.
Oh, it has the heat miser and the snow miser, and they're like dancing, and oh my gosh, we're cut. We gotta go watch it right now. I love that one. Anyways, and Santa is a big baby when he's sick, and Mrs. Claus is like taking care of him.
I don't know.
It's sweet. I like that one.
Sounds vaguely familiar.
And then Charlie Brown.
Of course, there's Charlie Brown.
Honorable mention for me is newer, maybe not from when we were kids, but I love Garfield's Christmas. We're animal people, and Garfield is just such a sassy cat, isn't he? And I never understood Garfield when I was little, and then my youngest, the same kid I was talking about, never understood him either. Like, is he really saying those things, or is that his thoughts?
See, I always loved the comics more than I like the cartoons.
Yeah. I just love that he's such a little piggy and little sassy butt. I love Garfield. And he has that cute relationship with John and Odie.
And Odie.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. So now on to some TV episodes. And tell us, because we were racking our brains about some of our favorite TV episodes. And I know a lot of shows do TV episodes, but not a lot of them came to mind when we were trying to figure this out.
Yeah. Obviously, like The Simpsons always has holiday episodes.
In fact, they have DVDs of just their Christmas episodes that you can get, and I have them.
Yeah, and those are always good, right?
Yeah, love The Simpsons.
Festivus for the rest of us. Good old Seinfeld.
That's classic, and I love, what's his name? I can't even remember his name right now. Stiller. Yeah. I always want to call him Arthur because we're big fans of...
It's Ben Stiller's dad, right?
Of King of Queens. And he's Arthur on King of Queens. So I always want to call him Arthur, but it's something Stiller, like Jerry Stiller?
I think so.
I don't know. But anyway, he's in that episode, and I was always a fan of his. So there's that, Seinfeld. Yep. South Park, I think everybody has heard that whole... Mr. Hanky, the Christmas Pooh thing. Like, that's not one of my favorite episodes to watch, but it comes to mind when I think of Christmas, and they've sold a ton of holiday merchandise around that.
Right. I'm aware of it. I've never seen it.
I just think it's weird, but, South Park is, they push the boundaries.
And then, of course, we gotta mention Friends.
Yeah. So I think my favorite, and I can't remember them all, Holiday Armadillo comes to mind, and that's, kind of funny. But my favorite one is where Joey works at a Christmas tree lot, right. And Phoebe goes down there and she's trying to talk everybody out of buying Christmas trees.
Trying to talk them into buying the old ones so they don't get...
Right, so they don't go into the chipper. So then Monica and Ross and everybody goes down and buys all the old trees, and when Phoebe comes home, there's all the trees everywhere in their apartment. I think that's sweet. And Phoebe-like in some ways when things... I always think about that, like, oh, that poor tree had to die.
Right.
So anyway, let us know if there's other TV shows. I know that there's a lot of long, we were just talking about...
Like MASH. We saw
MASH. And we were just talking about King of Queens. I mean, a lot of shows do a holiday episode, but is it a memorable one? Like,
Right.
Everybody Loves Raymond. Was there a popular one? I don't know.
Yeah.
Those were just the ones that come to mind. So
Put
help
your
us.
favorite ones in the comments.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're on to movies.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
No, you go with yours.
Well, number one is my favorite. The rest of these are not in any particular order. My favorite Christmas movie, special or otherwise, is Emmett Otter's Dead Man Christmas.
Yeah.
It's a Jim Henson movie. If you've never seen it, it's littler known than a lot of the other Christmas movies. It's about an otter boy and his mom, and they're super poor, and dad has passed away, and they don't know how they're going to be able to buy a present for each other for Christmas.
Yep.
It's very sweet, and like I said, it's Jim Henson, so it's different characters. It's not Kermit and Fozzie and all of them. It's different, and we've mentioned it before, probably a few times. There's also bloopers at the end.
Right.
It's really funny.
That's the best for me.
One time we watched it and we got to the end. We watched the bloopers over and over and over again and just laughed and laughed.
Oh, it's hilarious.
And so if you ever look it up and watch it, make sure you go to YouTube and look up Emmett Otter's bloopers because they're on there.
Right. Classic movies that you have to watch every year is like National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Mm-hmm.
Elf is always top on our list, and in fact, we're gonna go see Elf at.
Oh, that's this week, isn't it?
Yeah, Circa 21.
So that's a
Dinner
local play.
theater.
Yeah, we're gonna go see Dinner Theater. Yeah, that should be exciting.
Yeah, we'll let you know how it goes.
I hope it's a musical too, right? So
I think so.
the songs will be in it. Yay! You know what's really popular is the Elf sing along. The first year it came out, it sold out like everywhere.
Right.
That movie because people, you know how it is like. That's a thing where we live is every once in a while they will play a beloved movie and they will do a sing-along version. So they've had locally here, like Footloose, for example, and they've done it like karaoke style with the words at the bottom and stuff. So I wonder if it's going to be sing-along style.
All right.
Anyway, what's next? Oh, Jingle All the Way?
Jingle All the Way. Arnold.
Yeah.
Get down.
Isn't it so weird to think about, I'm not going to get political, I think, but Donald Trump is our president, and it's weird to think like where people started and where they go. Like it's weird to think about. To me, it's weird to think about Arnold being a bodybuilder, and then to me, Arnold is the Terminator.
Right.
But then he did Kindergarten Cop, and I loved him in that. And then this one is where it's him and Sinbad. And they're
he's got some comedy chops.
Yeah, but I don't think of him that way. I think of him as the Terminator, right? So they're both after the toy of the year, and they keep crossing paths and trying to get Turbo Man.
Yeah, Turbo Man, that was it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So
that's great.
it's very lighthearted. It's kind of like along the same vein of another Christmas movie, Home Alone, I would say. Kind of that same humor.
Kind of. Not. Well, yeah.
I mean, people falling down and that kind of.
It's kind of slapstick.
Yeah.
One that's different than that would be The Holiday.
I love The Holiday. I introduced you to that movie.
Yeah. Jack Black.
Yeah, and Cameron Diaz and Jude Law and.
Can't remember the ones.
Anyway, these two women are both kind of sick of their lives, want something different, and so they swap houses. One is very, very wealthy and in America.
Yeah.
And then the other, is she in Scotland, England?
Somewhere in the UK. And it was like a little cottage.
A little cottage, very modest, very cute and sweet though. I love watching the part where she's in the little cottage. And
me too.
It's very different than what she's used to. She's having to walk a ways to get to this cabin in the snow in heels and whatever. And
it's great. I love that one.
Yeah, it's just a feel good. It's not super sappy. It's just sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then what happens? Are they going to want to switch back? And what if they make relationships with people when they're, during the swap and all of that? So you should check that one out.
Yep. And another funny Christmas show is Christmas with the Cranks with Tim Allen.
Mm-hmm. I read the book first. And the book,
Really?
yeah. The book
I didn't know there was one.
The book is called Skipping Christmas. And I read it when I worked retail, and I very much, some years, wanted to skip Christmas. I was a retail manager, and it kind of takes the holiday spirit out of you.
Right.
So these people are empty nesters. Let's see if we can relate. They're empty nesters, and it's their first Christmas that nobody's going to be home, and their daughter joins the Peace Corps, I think, and she's going to be gone. And so they say, heck yeah, we are skipping Christmas. No, they're kind of known for having a holiday party and sending out Christmas cards, and they do all the things, right? And decorate the outside. They decide we are not spending any money on Christmas. We're taking all of that money and we're going away. We're going to completely boycott it 100%. So then they have all the neighborhood pressure of everybody in the neighborhood decorates and everybody always goes to your party. And then they get a phone call that the daughter's coming home. And so do they want to stick to what they said? Hey, this is what we want to do. This is how we want to spend Christmas. Or are we going to hurry up and try to throw things together and make the daughter happy?
Right. Yep.
Sweet movie.
Yeah. On my list, not necessarily on Laura's list, would be The Santa Claus, again with Tim Allen.
I think it's okay. I think I'm poisoned by like 2 and 3 and sequels. I might have them confused by which one's the actual Santa Claus, I think is my problem.
Yeah. I like the first one, second and third. But yeah, first one is good. And, it's been around for a while, so you guys know what it's about.
Yeah.
I don't want to spoil it.
Next and last, we would say, is The Christmas Carol in all of its versions.
Yeah, you got to include The Christmas Carol. It really is a timeless classic. My favorite is the animation with Jim Carrey.
I think I've only seen that once. I'd like to see it again.
Yeah, we should.
Yeah, we should. My favorite is Mickey's Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
I love Scrooge.
Scrooge McDuck.
I mean, right? He's perfect for that role. I don't know. I like that story.
Right.
A lot of people do get not focused on what Christmas is about, and whether you're religious or you're not, there is a spirit of Christmas, right? So if you take the religion out of it, I mean, we are very spiritual people, but even if you're not, there is the part about giving rather than the receiving, and do unto others, and trying to help out somebody else, and all of those things, and family and tradition and all of those things. So I think the Christmas Carol is a really important story, no matter how it's told.
Right. Absolutely.
So our question for today is, what's your favorite Christmas movie?
Yeah. Or show,
movies.
Or
or whatever. What is on your must-watch holiday list?
Yep. Everybody's got their own list, so let us know.
That's right. And if you want to see what we're up to, please check us out on Instagram. Over there, we're Love and Junk, LOVEANJUNK. Don't forget to hit subscribe so you can see all the latest videos. We made a gingerbread house today, and
we gotta watch that one.
We have to debate if we want to show how that turned out. There was some falling apartiness at the end, and anyway, so make sure you're subscribed so you can see what we have coming out, and don't forget to hit the little bell so you get those notifications.
Yep.
Now, if you like watching TV shows, holiday specials, Christmas, if you've been lucky enough to watch a Hallmark movie, I've not watched one. I should put that on my list for tomorrow while you're at work.
Yeah, go for it.
The sappiest, loviest, doviest movie I can find.
Yeah, well, I'm at work.
Right. And if you like any of that stuff, then give this video a big thumbs up. And that's all we have for today.
That's it, guys.
Thanks for watching.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.